Today we're going to be doing one of the most basic circuits. We're going to be lighting up one of these little things. This is a little LED. So we'll be using LED, we'll be using a battery, some sort of switch, and a resistor. The resistor we are going to be using is a 470 ohms, which the colour code would be yellow for 4, violet for 7 and brown for 10, which would make 470. It's also got gold on this one, which is 5%, but silver at 10% would work adequately. The thing we must learn about the LED, it has 2 leads, one male, one female. The male one tends to be the longer one, or the plus, and the shorter one, negative. LEDs are a bit greedy. If you connect them up to a 9-volt battery, they'll just take it, pop, and the LED will be no good. That's why we have to stick a resistor in series. If we stick a resistor in there, then it'll only take so much power through. And I'm going to be putting a switch in to turn it on and off. So, first of all, we can use a little board like that, and we can solder everything onto the board, or we can just solder it separately. So I'm just going to show you a very quick way. I'm just going to be doing this separately, just so you can see what it is. Right, now on the negative lead I'm going to be soldering the resistor. With resistors it doesn't really make much difference which way around they go. So to make life easier for me, I'm just going to wrap this around a couple of times on this one. Like that. Oops. I say make it easier. No, it's not made it easier at all. Right. Wrap it around a couple of times like that. And then I'll just be soldering that together. If my solder don't jump off the table. And then we'll just be soldering that together. Like so. Like that. Okay. Now once you've got one side soldered up, we could then technically connect the battery. Now, with a LED, the battery has to be connected the right way around. So that's our neutral sign and that's our positive sign. And as you can see, it lights up perfectly. And that is our basic circuit to power an LED. Like so. Very simple, very effective. But what we're going to do this time is we're just going to connect it to a switch. I have a 3-way switch here which I'll connect it to. Now, the main difference between the 3-way switches and the 2-way switches is the 3-way will be connected from the middle port to left or the middle port to right. So if we say the power goes into the middle, then we can put the neutral into the right. So therefore when we flick it over to the right, then the light will go on. If we flick it across to the left, the light won't go on. We can connect 2 lights in this respect. So when we flick it one way it will turn on one light, and when we flick it the other way it will turn on another. We'll be doing that a little bit later. So first of all we're going to connect up one lead to one side, and then the other one will connect to power. So what I'll do is if I stick this through here into the middle one, like that, and then once we've got that on, I'll carefully move it over to that side and I'll solder that on. Oops. It's a bit shaky at the moment. Now with any soldering, if you're finding it a bit difficult, you can use a flux. But for a small job like this, I'm not going to be worried too much about flux. Right, so now we've got it attached to one of the main pins. This one will be attached to the centre one via the battery. So we'll connect the battery up. So we connect up nothing, click the switch and it goes on. Like so. So flick that across to the left. I'm just going to temporarily quickly put a little bit of solder onto my cable. I'm just going to solder this I moved it, but it's got it. Okay, so it's just about got that there. Okay, and the same with the middle one and here. I don't want to be spending too long on making this the way it should be, because at the end of the day it's just a quick circuit just to show you guys how it's working. Okay, let's put a bit more solder on there. So turn it around and then just carefully dab this on there. See, it melts, and hopefully that will have got the circuit done. So now turn it on, light comes on. Turn it off, light goes off. Okay, so that's a basic circuit that I haven't put on a board. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get a little PCB board, LED, and get another 470 resistor, and we're going to do it on a little board. So what I'm going to do is put the LED through the middle. Okay, if you look, the one on this left hand side is the shorter one, so I'm going to put a resistor on the shorter side, so it comes through like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. There's my resistor coming through there, and then the shorter side, so we're going to put this back through, see, the shorter side to the resistor, like so, and then I'm going to fold that over and then fold the resistor and the LED so they meet together. So they're meeting together there, you can just about see that. Now I'm going to solder those two together. Like so. See what I'm doing? Okay, like that. So those two are now soldered together. So that's the negative side of the resistor. And then I can just bring this down here. So we then have a positive side there and the negative side there. Like so. I'll just get a pair of cutters. Just bear with me a second. Oh, right, sorry. Okay. So now I can trim off the excess, like so. We know that this resistor is the neutral and that one is the positive. So like we can test it again by adding a battery terminal to a battery and then testing it. See, if I test it this way around, nothing will happen because it's positive and negative is sensed. So if we put it around the other way, you can see the light comes on. Put it round that way, nothing. So what I'm going to do is, because our positive line is a little bit on the short side, I'm just going to add a small wire to it. So if we just, don't really recommend tinning, not tinning, but putting the solder straight onto the soldering iron, but in some cases you don't really have much of a choice. And once that's stuck on like that, we then have two wires again. One's going to be, like I say, the positive, one's the negative. So we can then get our original circuit. If we then put the positive onto our positive circuit here, like so, and then put the negative on our negative circuit, like so. So let's just tuck that in there, like that. We just put a quick bit of solder onto that side. Just hold that on, and then if we do the same on this bit, a positive lead, just wrap that around there. When we connect up our battery now, one of the lights will come on. When we flick the switch to the other direction, the other light will come on. So, one switch, there is no off. One way or the other on this circuit, so there is no off. If you wanted an off switch, you then have to put an off switch onto the battery. You can connect up an on-off switch here, and then that'll turn the circuit permanently on and off. Just put it either on the black, cut the red cable and put it onto the red cable, or cut the black cable and put it onto the black cable. Put one side onto that and one side onto that, and then you'd have an on-off switch for the circuit. But this is basically just showing you a way. The reason for this is in a later project I'll be using a little LED, so I'll already have it on this little circuit to make it easier for me. So that's the whole idea of this one. LED circuit working. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye.